Hello friends, today I'm here to go over your requirements for your upcoming project for the Biome Pop-Up Zine. Mr. Lum and I are really excited about it. We know you all made zines last year, so we thought we would take it to the next level. And we're going to have you create a pop-up book for middle school science students, so a real audience. All the art needs to be your own. You can trace plants and animals, for example, or countries, continents, but you need to color them all in. You cannot use any clip art or photos except for one photo from Flickr or Pixabay, and we'll go over that in class. That is going to be on your cover. So each group will be assigned a biome. Here are your biomes right here. Make sure that you decide in your group which continent you're going to be using for plants and animals. You're only going to choose one. So for example, if you have the tropical rainforest and you have South America, Africa, or Asia to choose from, both people who are doing plants and animals for their pop-ups will need to choose either Asia or Africa or South America. We don't want one South America and for the animals and one plants for Asia, for example. That would look silly in the book. So you should have your group assignment. If you don't yet have it, then you will be getting it soon from Mr. Butcher. Each group will get all of these supplies in class from us. You'll get 1/2 sheet of white paper. That will be for the cover, and that's what you will glue your photo onto. You'll get 3 sheets of cardstock. These will be for your book's pages, and each person in your group will get the same color piece of cardstock. So each person gets 1 piece. You have to decide what color you want. You have lots to choose from. You'll do that in class. Then you'll get in each group 3 strips of tan cardstock that are 3.5 by 9. These will be the back base, and we'll show you how this works in class. But you're going to put a paper collage on each one that fits with your theme, and we'll show you some examples. You can put a pop-up item on the back base or not. That's your choice. For example, if you have a background of a collage scene of mountains and trees and stuff, and you have one of your animals is a bird and you want to have that flying off the back base, that's great. Then you'll get 3 smaller strips of cardstock for your group. Each person will take 1, and you will make the other pop-up items out of this base. So that'll be 1, 2, or 3 pop-up items. Okay. Each member is going to choose 4 pieces of colored construction paper or tissue paper for your background collage, and each group's going to get a hardback book for your cover, and that's on the last day. So we'll do that part in class, and we'll glue that photo cover page to it. You want to think just like when we did the zine project about having consistent design throughout your entire book, not just your section. So different people are going to be in charge of different pages, but you want your whole magazine to go together, so you want to think about that, okay? We'll have things like washi tape, like scraps of colored paper. We'll have pens, markers, that kind of stuff that you can use to decorate stuff up, okay? So each person is going to get an assignment in your 3-person group. Person 1, they're going to do the cover, so they'll get the 5 by 8 piece of white paper. They need to do a title. That could be handwritten, or that could be on typed up and glued on, okay? And the copyright photo, okay? As you do these things, use the checklist to check them off. Remember when you did your zines, some people didn't use the checklist and then they were missing some parts and got dinged. So make sure you do that. The person 1 also has the title page, which includes the book's title, the author's name, and a short bio for each person in 3rd person. So Erin Fitzpatrick Bjorn loves to knit and read books. She is a bird nerd and has traveled to 50 national parks. Then you're going to add the phrase copyright 2019 Seder Press. Lots of kids got dinged on this on the magazine, so make sure you pay attention to that. And then Butcher, period, whatever, and the date in really small print at the bottom of the page. That's just so we can keep track of which pile goes where. All right? Person 1 also has to do page 1 and 2, which has to do with the location of your biome, okay? Page 1 and 2 are going to be pop-up pages, and we'll show you how all this works when you come to class. But there need to be 3 items that pop up. 1 large globe that has all the continents that have that biome highlighted, okay? Then 2 smaller zoom-ins that show 2 of the continents more specifically. So your biome might have up to 5 different continents, so you're just going to pick 2 of the continents that biome exists in. So for example, maybe you'll pick North and South America, or maybe you'll pick the islands of Southeast Asia and Australia or whatever. All hand drawn and colored, okay? No clip art. I just did mine for the countries. Seemed like it was going to be easy. It was not. So plan ahead, give yourself a little time, use a good map. You're going to collage the back base. Remember that everyone's back base on their pop-up page is going to be collaged, and that should have something to do with your biome. It might just be a color palette that goes with your biome, and it might be an abstract collage, or it might be a jungle scene if you have the tropical rainforest, for example. Okay, then you have a written part. In-depth paragraph describing the biome's characteristics and latitudes and longitudes, regions, countries, just a little list of those things, and a paragraph of 3 to 5 complete sentences explaining why that biome works. Now, you will notice that you don't have a ton of space on the page for the writing, so that means you're going to have to think about your layout. You're going to have to think about that as you do your typing, and you're going to have to make sure that you have enough space and enough information and put it all together, okay? Then person 1 does their last page. That's page 3, abiotic factors. You make sure that you label that page, and then you're going to create an Excel graph. Make sure that your axes are labeled and you have a title, okay? All good graphs are clearly labeled on the axes, and all good graphs have a title. This graph is going to be average temperatures in your biome, and the background of your page, so this should say background of page, should reflect something about your biome. Okay, that's person 1. Person 2, page 4 is going to be abiotic factors. You're going to label it, abiotic factors precipitation, create an Excel graph, same deal, labels and titles. And this one's going to be average precipitation in your biome. Again, your background should reflect something about the biome. This pop-up person is doing animals. So one large pop-up of an animal from your biome and a pop-up of 2 other animals. Those can be smaller. That doesn't mean that you have to have a lion and a mouse. It just means one of the pop-ups itself is big. So the mouse could be big and the lion could be small. They need to be hand-drawn and colored. No clip art. Remember to collage the back base. Page 5, an in-depth paragraph describing the major animal communities of the biome. And page 6, at least 3 specific facts for each animal, including why is it successful in this biome. This is a key. We want to know, why does that animal survive in that place and other animals might not. Okay. Page 7, biotic factors. Label it biotic factors food web, draw food web, incorporate biotic facts, write 5 to 7 well-developed sentences explaining it or incorporating biotic facts. Okay, that's person 2. Person 3, page 8 is going to be biotic factors, and then this person gets to choose out of these things here. So they can either talk about projected effects of climate change, biodiversity and the level of threats to the biome, conservation projects in your biome, or human uses of this biome. Choose, okay? And then write 5 to 7 sentences explaining it and incorporating biotic facts. There should be some also some sort of illustration or drawing or something like that that goes along with it, okay? Make this page look visually interesting as well. Page 9 and 10, plants, pop-ups. 1 large plant pop-up, 2 smaller plant pop-ups. Again, one of the smaller plants could be the bigger of the pop-ups. All hand-drawn and colored again, no clip art again, collage the back base again. Page 9, an in-depth paragraph describing the major plant communities of the biome. And page 10, 3 specifics for each plant. Again, why is it successful in this biome? And last, page 11 is also person 3's responsibility, but it is going to be sort of a group effort. It needs to be works cited in MLA format. That's MLA 8, of course. 6 sources minimum. 3 of those need to be from the Clark Library resource pages. You cannot use any wikis, as usual. Be sure to follow MLA format, including hanging indent, 5 spaces, remember, should be in alphabetical order and correct italics. Each person in your group is going to contribute at least 2 formatted sources. So person 1 and person 2 will give person 3 a total of 4 formatted sources, 2 each. and then person 3 makes their 2 sources, and person 3 is responsible for putting it all together. So person 3 doesn't have to do all the citations, but person 3 is responsible for doing their own 2 and then getting the other 4 from the other people in the group and putting them all together. If you're in a group of 2, you will want to see me, Mr. Lum, or Mr. Butcher, and we will talk about what you need to do that's different. But these are the project requirements.